We now know that vitamin C is the very important scurvy-preventing substance found in nature. It is mainly present in citrus and other fruits and in fresh vegetables. It has a most interesting history I briefly would like to share with you. Scurvy is a disease due to the prolonged lack of vitamin C. Serious cases of scurvy are not often seen nowadays, but the story of its incidence and conquest is of great interest. It led to the discovery that the disease could be caused by a lack of some intangible component of the diet and the eventual isolation of the lacking substance as a vitamin. This is one of the most fascinating stories of achievement in the development of nutrition as a science. Scurvy is one of the oldest diseases of mankind. Early descriptions of the disease are known to exist as far back as about 1500 before Christ. In the 15th and 16th century, it was a plague throughout Europe. It was especially prevalent and severe on long voyages of sailing ships, in cities that were under attack and in times of crop failures, thus wherever fresh foods were unavailable. A well-known infamous example is that when the explorer Vasco da Gama made his long voyage around the Cape of Good Hope, he lost nearly 2/3 of his crew from scurvy. Scurvy was thus high on the list of dangers facing those 18th century sailors. In 1753, a Scottish naval surgeon named James Lind published his famous report of experiments he had made on ships of the British Navy, proving that oranges and lemons prevented or cured the disease. His classic studies are generally considered the first well-described controlled trials in medicine. He performed a trial on the ship called Salisbury, in which he compared the effect of 6 claimed treatments for scurvy. The experiment involved 12 sailors with scurvy. These 12 sailors were, as similar as I could have them, were accommodated in the same quarters and had the same basic diet. Here, his report thus illustrates his awareness of the need to guard against selection bias and shows how he tried to hold potential confounding factors constant, being clinical condition, environment, and basic diet. Without stating what method of allocation he used, Lind allocated 2 men to each of 6 different daily treatments for a period of 14 days. The first group drank 1 quart of cider a day. The second group gargled with sulfuric acid. The third group had 2 spoons of vinegar 3 times a day. The fourth group drank half a pint of seawater, and the fifth group drank barley water. The sixth group ate 2 oranges and 1 lemon a day. He wrote in his report, and I quote now, that the most sudden and visible good effects were perceived from the use of the oranges and lemons, one of those who had taken them being at the end of 6 days fit for duty. Lind's trial was thus a milestone in medical research methodology. Lind's trial also provided further empirical evidence that citrus fruits could cure scurvy. Ironically, although well known, Lind's solution to prevent scurvy was not adopted until 50 years later, when citrus fruits and lime juice were made a regulation on the ships of the British Navy. This also provided British sailors with the nickname Limeys.